Here with UWL head football coach Mike Schmidt as we preview tomorrow's WIC game between UW-Lacrosse and UW-Oshkosh. The Eagles are 4-2 overall, 2-1 in the conference. The Titans come in at 5-1 overall, 3-0 in the conference. Coach, let's first talk about last week's game. Record-setting day up at River Falls, 63-49. We've all seen the records, Lewandowski and Sorensen, and let's just talk about that performance last week.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really cool to be a part of that. And I think we'll really appreciate that probably more when we get out of the season and can kind of sit back and look back on that and be really proud of that day and what we did there. But, when you're in the season, it's hard to really appreciate it. It's hard to even enjoy it. I mean, on the way back, our staff was watching Oshkosh film. We had the long bus ride, so our staff was all getting through a lot of our final game plan stuff on the trip back from River Falls even. So tough to kind of even look into it, to be honest with you. But I know it's a day we'll look back on and really appreciate when we kind of get out of here, and it's something that those guys will never forget. I'm really happy for all those. I mean, we have three record setters, school record setters, right? Evan with the 591 and 9, and then Cam Sorensen with 297 receiving, and then Ryan Byrne 7 for 7 or 9 for 9 on his PATs, and that was awesome seeing Ryan do that. All those guys are sophomores, and that, I think, is probably the coolest thing, is that we get to watch those guys for a couple more years yet.
What was the key last week with that offense of I think he was 28 of 44, had a couple long touchdown passes, but what was the key to your success last week?
Well, I just think they were stacking in the box, and so we said, why even attempt to run the ball? Why even attempt to run the ball when we're outmanned and have people there? Why would we even try to do that? Let's just keep throwing the ball. So a lot of it was just what they were giving us and the opportunity to throw it down the field, and then some of it was Evan just feeling it. I mean, some of them are just Cam out running coverage and Evan just finding him, and that's football. Your best players make plays like that when they are feeling it, and that, I think, has been the growth of Evan over the last couple of weeks, is not being afraid to take those shots down the field and let his wideouts make a play.
And the game was close. I mean, it was battling back and forth. They would score. You came right back quickly and scored. So it was kind of a back-and-forth game.
I think when you're in a track meet like that, and we've all been in them as a defensive coach and now me as an offensive coach, when you're in that thing, it's wild, because the other team starts taking risks that they know they're going to have to take to keep up with you. I mean, Evan threw 5 touchdowns in the second quarter. To have something like that, River Falls is going to be having to take chances and throw the ball down the field, and then they started feeling it too, and so that it's not fun as a defensive coach to be a part of that, but it sure is fun when your offense can pull you out, and that was nice to see that the offense stepped up as our defense has, especially early in the season.
Talk about the Titans a little bit. They come out basically a dominating win last week against Eau Claire, held them down. I think they scored 3 points. Eau Claire held their rushing way down. The Blue Bulls were holding. Let's just talk about the Oshkosh. Like I said, 3-0 in the conference right now.
Oshkosh is so good. I think it's an absolute joke that they're not ranked at all in the first place. But I mean, they're a great football team, and they've just gotten a lot better as the year has gone on. I mean, they're really good. They have a ton of really good players all over the place. They're playing at a really high level right now. Obviously, last week they really had a great game against Eau Claire. And especially defensively, their defense is just suffocating. It is suffocating. It's so good. It's so good schematically. They have such great players in it. It's going to be a tough day for us trying to move the football, and our defense is going to have to step up. Well, equally, their offense has been playing really well too. I mean, the quarterback, his evolution as the season's gone on is fantastic. He's a tremendous player. We've had trouble containing the quarterback, especially the last few weeks. We know that that's a real point, that he's such a good playmaker. And then you got 2 tremendous play callers on their side. Coach Cerrone and Coach Vinay are just fantastic coaches and fantastic play callers. So, hey, going to be a tough game with it. Our guys are going to be ready for that. But that defense is just really suffocating, and you're going to have to find the way to move the ball somehow.
Keys for you to success, both and special teams, both sides of the ball. But
I think special teams is going to be a big part of this one, as it always seems to be in games like that. Whether that's good or bad, it just does seem to play a role in that. But it's just going to be two groups of 2 teams that have really good players throwing punches. I think. I mean, our offense has to get going somehow. We have to be able to run the ball inside and have to be able to take the throws where you can get them. It's just, there's a lot of people deployed kind of standing in the way, looking at the quarterback. Evan's going to have to be really smart with the ball, and I think we want to give him some easy throws to get going and kind of get loose a little bit, and then I think on the other side of it, it's just they give you a ton of different looks. There's a lot of creativity in it, and you just got to make sure your guys are sound, because they seem to catch you in something every single game, and we certainly found ourselves with that this past game, last year when we played them. Toddarello got loose on us for a big run, and I think it's just making sure that you minimize those mistakes defensively, and you got to stay away from the big mistake at the quarterback position. They're so good at getting you to turn the ball over. Evan's going to have to be really sharp tomorrow.
Always special to play here at home. Tomorrow, though, varsity homecoming. It's our Wall of Fame. John Lauscher from the football team is going to go in. Just talk about that, and also we're going to honor Coach Roger Herring, of course, winningest coach in WIC history, 3 national titles. It's going to be a special day here on campus.
Really a special day. I mean, John Lauscher going in is well deserved, and I know certainly a Coach Herring favorite there, and going in excited for John and his family. And then Coach Herring, the day that he's going to have tomorrow, we're celebrating 50 years of Coach Herring. We're wearing RH50 stickers on our helmet, have been all year. He hasn't been working here for 50 years, but it's been 50 years since he came here and just transformed it from a really good or a great program to an elite program in the country and winning national championships. And it's something that we're trying to do right now. That's what we're in the middle of, is an alum trying to be here and do something really great with our football program. So it's always so humbling to be a part of these days and be with it, and just listening to the guys and how they talk about Coach Herring. And I'm sure we're going to have something where we have a little program for Coach Herring and a reunion for all of these players. It's just unbelievable to listen to the impact that he's made on their lives. And you know what? Honestly, they never talk about the wins. They never talk about the championships. They talk about how he loved them, the experience that he gave them, the fun that they had, the brotherhood that they had, the family that Coach Herring created. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. Don't get too lost on it. And so it's always a refreshing reminder for our staff, and certainly for me as the head coach, to listen to those guys and follow and try to emulate what Coach Herring did here. Maybe not in terms of wins and losses, but certainly in terms of how you're treating players and the experience and love that you're showing to your family here at UWL.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck.